poem's called Break, Break, Break by Alfred Lord Tennyson. And of course, with anything involving sound or rhythm or meaning, you have to read a poem out loud because it derives so much of what it is from spoken word. Break, break, break on thy cold grey stones, O sea, and I would that my tongue could utter the thoughts that arise in me. Oh, well for the fisherman's boy that he shouts with his sister at play. Oh, well for the sailor lad that he sings in his boat on the bay. And the stately ships go on to their haven under the hill, but oh, for the touch of a vanished hand and the sound of a voice that is still. Break, break, break at the foot of thy crags, O sea, but the tender grace of a day that is dead will never come back to me. So, we're talking about rhythm here, and what the book says to do in the checklist is to mark, to scan it, to mark the places that are stressed. Break, break, break. It's not break, break, break. It's break, break, break. And what do they talk about that's breaking? There's just the waves. On thy cold grey stones, O sea. And I would that my tongue could utter the thoughts that arise in me. So I'm just going to consider this first stanza and talk about that just like the book does. First off, this line right here, break, break, break. I think, this gives you a sense of urgency. This is the poet or the author, it's unclear, looking at the ocean, looking at the sea, the cold gray stones. And so it's trying to get your attention right away. And the sense of urgency and immediacy and intensity. And then you've got on the cold gray stones of sea, it's something very regular, right? So the waves break very regularly. That sounds like it. On the cold gray stones of sea. Da, 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 da. Then it gets like 9 syllables in this line right here. It's like it's just real fast. And oh, would that my tongue could utter. Why would they do that? And that's one of the things you do with these checklists is you find out what's going on at a basic level, at the stress level with rhythms, and you ask, why did he do it that way? And I think in this case, it's to show not only how intense he is, but how things are welling up inside of him. That it's like the words just can't stay inside of him. And then, of course, it subsides again in the 4th line that says, the thoughts that arise in me. So, very busy, and then slow. And you might think that that would be in the rest of the poem, and it is. You have this sense of rhythm being used to convey the energy and emotional intensity of the waves. Of course, the waves are a metaphor. They're a comparison between the poet's life and the wave's life. So that's just a quick look at rhythm. Just be aware that if you mark the pages for stresses, then you begin to look at why did the poet do it in that particular way. The poems are well constructed. They're carefully constructed, going through many, many revisions. If it's a good poem. I mean, rarely does a poem come out right the first time. In fact, most poets, if you ask them to publish something, they take forever to do it because they go through 30, 40, 50 revisions at times if they really are craftspeople. So take a look at this. Use your own poem, look at your own poem and see how the stressed and unstressed lines work together, how the rhythms work together, how the rhymes. I mean, we haven't even talked about that. Does break rhyme with see? No. But see rhymes with me. Why did they do that? I'll leave that to you. And look at your own poems like that, okay? All right. Take care.